G'day guys and welcome back to Jeans_gaming for another Dokkan battle video. So the Infinite Dragon Ball History mission has just dropped for the Shadow Dragons, and unfortunately I don't have INT Gogeta. I didn't throw many stones into his banner. I'm sure a lot of people haven't managed to pull him, so I thought why not make a video on how you are able to beat this without INT Gogeta. So as you can see, I've gone the pure Saiyan team, and with the three missions include completing it in under 25 turns, 3 Giant 8 Power or Grade 8 Power, and the 3 Shadow Dragon Sagas. So we've got that on the 3 Super Saiyan 4s just there. And then I've filled out the rest of the roster with the Resurrection F, Goku, and Vegeta. So let's have a look. Not our ideal first rotation. That's okay. We'll slide that in like that. And doesn't really matter about getting off the super attack for Gogeta at this point because he's not getting hit. But if you are getting attacked on Gogeta's slot, you are going to have to make sure that you get off a super attack because otherwise he's very flimsy. That chance to counter does come in pretty clutch, but you can't really bank on getting that every time. So with the transforming Vegetas, you want to get them to attack as much as possible. They do stack their defense. Yeah, we'll have to do that. Go like that. They do stack their defense, but only up until they turn blue. And once they go blue, we are unable to stack any more defense. So you got to try and get off as many attacks for those as you can before then. You will get the attack off here. I did muck up then. I should have been fixing my rotation. So the rotations will be the 2 Super Saiyan 4s LRs together, and then also, thank God we didn't get off the super because I do want Vegeta to get off supers. And then it'll be the 2 Resurrection F, Goku and Vegetas, and the Whis, or whatever you want to call them. So that's awesome. We got 2 supers off with the transforming Vegeta. An extra stack is very, very much wanted. So we'll just have a look at defenses. We might just go like that, and it did open it up. Another key sphere, and just collect those. So the Vegeta in the second slot, the Tech Resurrection F, Orb Changer, Nuka, but he does need key spheres to build that defense up. This little dragon's gimmick, as you just saw, is Ki Blasts don't affect him, and that does include the Super Saiyan 4's active skill, so don't go wasting them on this guy. You do need attacks that are physical first. So let's see, so we can go, what we can do is that, and then get off a big 24 key super with the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. I will have to fix up my rotations very soon to get those 2 Super Saiyan 4s together as well as the 2 Resurrection Fs together. But we'll knock this guy over first, and then we'll worry about doing that. This does give you quite a good opportunity to stack units defense. If you want to just keep hitting him with Ki Blast attacks, they're just going to keep bouncing off. And like the Goku and Vegeta, you can just stack them forever. But I don't know if I would necessarily recommend spending your time doing that. So this is where it gets a bit hard. So what we can do is, if we do it like this, we might take some damage initially, but the first super attack is going to bounce off, the second super attack is going to bounce off, and then the friend Vegeta will be the one that does do the damage because he does do the punch before he does his Ki Blast. But it's just tactical to do it like this so that we can get multiple stacks, whereas if this guy does double super, it could be the end. Oh no, don't worry, it's not even close. But again, a double super, more stacks is perfect. And when you are building this Vegeta, I do recommend going full additional to try make the most out of his stacking ability. So we'll collect that. We'll just collect that. And then that gives us a ton of key spheres. Watch our health here. Bang. Up to full health, and we're after this, our rotations will be fixed back to what they were. So we'll be looking good from here on out. And Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta with the kill. So let's check out where we're at. The turn, let's see where there's a lot of attacks in that last slot. So I am just going to pop an Icarus. I didn't really want to have to use items on this, but I also don't want to see... Oh, we're actually not getting a super attack off either. Wow. Vegeta, unless he gets an additional here, may get a Gogeta, sorry, might get obliterated in that last slot. I certainly could have rotated off the transforming Vegeta, and that probably would have been a better option. But we'll just have to see how it goes. Hopefully we get off. No additional super. This is with an Icarus active. That's quite a lot of damage to take. But we've got the transformation again. Collect all of those. Collect that. And we've gotten off the Dokkan attack as well. So we may not get that final stack with the God Vegeta in that last slot unless I purposely sabotage this Dokkan attack. But I think I'm going to take my chances unless this Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta crits. I think we should get to see that final attack, because we did barely get off the 12 key with Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and this will also give us the heal going into next turn. But yeah, we'll just see how we go. Hopefully we don't fire off any additionals here. Or that was quite a lot of damage. The 4, what was that, 4.6? Let's see. Perfect. So yep, and no additional. So good to get that final stack off for Vegeta. So his defense, I think, should be sitting dandy at around 200k. We'll have to check that out when he comes back on rotation next, and he will do that transformation of the Fizz Key Spheres. So here's the type of key arrangement that I've been waiting for. So we'll collect 8 there, and that pushes Goku's defense up to 200k. Didn't click that. And then Vegeta, after collecting all of those, pushes him up to 300k. I fat fingered that twice. And then we've got a nice little tech key sphere arrangement there. This will probably still do a bit of damage. Yeah, 200k, which is annoying. But as you can see, those attack stats are getting up there, 2.8 million. But with type disadvantage, that's going to obviously slow us down unless we're getting the crit. But Vegeta with the type neutral and getting the additional. So these guys are really, really handy. Even at 55%, you're going to be making the most out of their orb changing, their healing. They're just very, very versatile units. I do recommend bringing them in here if you are struggling for ideas on who to bring at this stage. So what we'll do is we'll pop the Goku active skill. Let's see how much damage we can do here. Probably something around like 1.6, I dare say. 2.35. Geez, that's much more than I was expecting, so perfect. We'll collect those into that. And it's good because another rotation of keeping Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta safe. Because we haven't got our stack off here first, we're not taking double digits, but in the scheme of things, the 40k that we just took is definitely not a great deal, because what we are going to have next is Fizz transforming Vegeta will go into blue, and that will create a whole a whole field of Fizz key spheres, and then they may change to tech depending on what the other two units do. But we're about to get a full heal off here. Yeah, it did go to tech. So, bang, look at that. And 750k defense for the Vegeta. They're crazy. These guys, I feel like these guys don't get talked about enough because of the fact that they do need the key spheres. But as you see here, double digits on the super attack. And we're pumping out a 6.5 million attack stat as well. If we got the crit there, that would have been monstrous. We're getting off the additional. So there's your 13.5 million if you're using just the stats there. So crazy, and that's why a lot of people do rag on the transforming Vegeta, but I do feel like that keys changing ability when he does hit blue, if you incorporate that into your teams well like this, you're going to be looking very, very good. So because we didn't get him a great deal of key spheres, he does need the Fizz key spheres to really nuke it, but still 1.6 mil. Oh, and I forgot to check his defense, but we'll get the same thing here. Unfortunately, it's a bit irrelevant in this one. Just do it like this into that, and we will fill up our Dokkan meter a little bit more there. So with that, we actually would have gotten off quite a nice attack stat with Vegeta anyway, because we did get him a lot of Fizz key spheres in that last slot, but I expected that to finish it. So that works perfect. Get to keep our rotations. And here's where we have to try protect Gogeta. Not an ideal rotation or key sphere arrangement for us here. It's pretty rough. Just going to pop that Icarus just because there is a lot of attacks in that last slot on Gogeta. Like I said before, I don't really want to use items in this, but I am treating it as though I am someone who's watching this and is looking for team ideas and are looking for ways to get this done simply for the first time. So in that case, you're definitely not going to be worried about using up your item slots. So we got off the additionals with Goku there, so we're just going to continue stacking him up higher and higher. This was not ideal because we didn't get any... it's probably better than Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta getting attacked, but we didn't get any tech key spheres, and that's where the those two first units really come into their own. So you can see even with the Icarus active, taking quite a lot of damage there. So if we grab those into that, I think we should be fine for this. Hopefully we get a nice little orb change next rotation and we are able to heal up without using items. Do have the two Princess Snakes sitting there ready to go, so but none of these guys are going to take any damage with the Icarus active. You got the two Super Saiyan 4s raising their defense massively, and then you've got a built up transforming Vegeta who should do a decent amount of damage, but he does really need the Fizz key spheres to get the most out of him. So 2.3 does have type advantage, and let's see what we pump out here. 1.56, so that's not too bad. Let's see, so he's been sealed. We'll be able to get off a little heal here with that, into that, and then, yeah, look at that, straight back up to 300k health. We definitely finish it off this turn, especially if we get additionals, but that probably won't even need to be required, I don't think anyways. 32k, so as you can see, our defense is building up nicely with these two, and we've got the crit. So we move on to the next stage. So we got Enron here. So we may as well pop Vegeta's active here. So we've got the type advantage. So the final stage is AGL. So there's no point saving it any further than this. Hopefully we get a nice crit. No, but still pretty much 3 million damage is obviously very nice. So we'll collect that, we'll get off another big super there. We may as well grab the AGL because that leaves the tech and the Fizz for the Goku and Vegeta from the Resurrection F movie. Just a couple extra key spheres to play with, and obviously that means more healing for us, more nuking capabilities. It's just a win-win for us. So as you can see, oh, here we go, we got the pause, so that means we are getting the counter from Vegeta after he's just stacked. So this should be big. Yeah, 2 million, look at that, a 2 million counter. Unfortunately, it's only the medium chance to counter with these guys. So 30% doesn't feel like it gets off a crazy amount. But you really got to take whatever you can get. So we'll get off this super here, and we'll finish it off next rotation. Yeah, as you can see, that's doing nothing, and Gogeta taking a lot of damage, so you really do want to protect him. That's annoying. To have him in, who do I want to keep on? So as base, Vegeta's actually got more. Hard decision. I guess if we go like that, the orb arrangement sort of forces us to go Vegeta. We'll get off a good heal here anyway. And we're back up to pretty much full health, 400k. Thankfully, we've built up the Vegeta nice and well on defensive stacking early on, so his defense is fine here. Look at that, get the crit, and we're into the next stage. So we'll continue to lock us up here, as you've just gotten to see, which is painful. So what we can do, we won't get the super attack off, but we can trigger that into that, which gets us our 18 key there, and this will get another 18 key and our Dokkan attack. So hopefully we can fire off a crit with Vegeta in the middle for that Dokkan attack, and that'll go a long way to blasting Omega away. But it will need to be a crit, because otherwise type disadvantage will really hurt us. So I think I did go quite a balanced build on this guy. So hopefully we can still trigger that crit though, because we will hopefully get up around 4 mil on the crit. But let's see. No crit, and we still hit 3 mil on the no crit. So look, that's certainly not bad by any means. We're taking double digits after just one raise. But my two Super Saiyan 4s are Link level 10. The Vegeta is rainbowed, and the Goku is at 55%, which is hard to believe considering like you pretty much see them all the time together, but is what it is. Goku is probably the better unit of the two. May as well grab those, even though Gogeta isn't getting attacked. As you can see from grabbing all those type key spheres, we did get up to a full heal again. So this should really, 1.6 is pretty nice. And you should tank this for under 50k. Oh, double digits. Geez, I've underestimated Vegeta there. I guess we have gotten up quite a few stacks on him, so I should expect that type of thing to happen. Nice to get the crit again. As you can see down the bottom, we are on turn 19, so that means we do have another 5 turns after this if we did somehow begin to struggle to get this done. But I think this is very, very reasonable, 25 turns to get this done and dusted. We'll collect all of those. Be nice if there was some way to figure out to get the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta his 18 key off. Unfortunately there isn't, but there is only one attack in that final slot, so we should be fine there. 2.6 million attack stat from the blue Goku there, which is pretty solid. Not getting off many additionals at this stage, which is a bit annoying, because obviously when you are under a turn restriction, you need, the additionals and crits are going to come into play if you're starting to get a bit close to the marker. Let's see if we get supered here. Perfect. We'd rather the transforming Vegeta get supered than the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, because I guess I'd rather take the sure thing of stacked defense versus the potential to counter personally. We're not getting any crits with him whatsoever. Still took 100k, so that's quite a bit of damage. If we do that into that, we should get a good heal. Yeah, back up to 300 and something k, 360 back. Yeah, it's, people talk about the Boo team being extremely good for healing, which obviously it is. They do theirs via their passives and super attacks, but I feel like a lot of people I guess, undervalue the ability that orb changes like these units have to save yourself from using items, or I guess activating certain parts of your passive based on health. There we go, we've just got the win. So there it is, guys. It's how to get it done without the INT Gogeta. All missions completed. We did in about 21 turns, so still had a couple more turns to play with. Used 2 items, so certainly wasn't too crazy difficult by any means. So let me know how you've all gone with it, what teams you used to get it done, how difficult you found it. Do you think these need to be made any harder? And don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to keep up with the content. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all on the next video.